Hey, this is Charlotte, part of Team Baker, with another Enriching Your Marriage podcast. So today when I woke up, I was thinking a lot about, everything that has occurred and has happened, and was wondering, okay, now we're in mid-June and really wanting to know, where do we go from here? And so as I look back on this 2020 year and everything that has happened with the virus, and then looking at all of the things that have culminated with the racial tensions, I really wanted to focus even more on fine-tuning, where do I fit? So I want to encourage you as I talk through this for you to think about it. It's like, where do I fit? Where do we fit, Mr. Baker and I, in all of these different scenarios that are happening? Because it still boils down to remembering who we are, who I am, who are you, and really fighting through to make sure in the midst of all of these things that are happening that we don't lose that focus. Because when you really understand who you are and what you can contribute, because that's been part of the problem. When you think about even the racial tension, others not understanding or respecting certain groups of people, in particular people of color, and not appreciating or respecting what they actually can bring to the table. When I say the table, I mean the nation. Whatever state you're in, it's important to know how you should be positioned. And that's been one of the main anchors, even in the racial tensions, is that people are not respecting other people based on simply skin color. So that means that can inhibit where they go, what they do to a degree. I'm not saying we're not playing the victim. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it can inhibit you to a degree, because if people don't view you the way God created you, right? It's such a fight to try to get to that place, right? Try to get to that place of being where you should be to make a difference, because really that's what it's all about. It's not just about we were born. Yes, that's great. We're in this world, but we're supposed to be helping other people, especially when you think about now, nationally. There's so many things that many of us, we're supposed to be in certain positions, whether it's politics, whether it's being in particular offices. We're supposed to be collectively as a people, when we talk about one race, but in particular talking about people of color, we're supposed to be doing something to change what is happening. And so that's why it's so important to reevaluate, take time to sit down. And we talked about this at the top, Mr. D and I, at the top of this year, when this whole virus shut everybody in, like completely shut down, that we really need to fine tune, why are we here individually and as couples, to make sure we're positioning ourselves to take our places, to take our positions. Because when we do it individually and as couples, that's how not only we have fulfillment, but we're also making sure that we're covering certain areas to make sure they're being done correctly. Or a better way of saying is to make sure, if we're in position saying, we have certain standards, certain ideas, certain belief systems that we think can contribute to helping balance out, different parts of different things in the nation, then if everybody takes that stance, then we can get things moving in a positive direction. Get things moving in a direction really that God really wants it to be. Because if we're plugged in, and I think that's been part of the problem, because of things, again, racial tensions and people not really viewing people of color as equal. And there's been so much pushback. So it makes it a hard place to be, especially when you filter in, if you're having family things that are going on, financially, especially now. So financially, oh my, with everything that has gone on with the virus, as you know, that has shifted so many millions of people, their lives, thinking about. So now it's really a time to really think even more so about how to live. And that makes it challenging, because when you have to focus on living, how am I going to live? How am I going to feed my family? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? That does make it even harder sometimes to get to talking about plugging into the different things, places we need to be, whether we need to be in certain boardrooms, whether we need to be in certain places politically, wherever we need to be. But again, if you don't even know who you are, you can't even get to that point. So you're just kind of stuck going around in a circle in the place of just trying to survive. And life is such a precious thing, as I hope we all know. But in particular, now it's so precious, because when you've seen all the thousands of people that have transitioned and lost their lives, it makes it difficult to, it's hard to try to push through that, if you will, sometimes. To be real, you have to really, really say, okay, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to push through this. I'm going to do what I need to do. But it's just been, with this new year of 2020, so many things can put you in a position where you push things back, because again, you're just trying to survive. So my whole point of this podcast is, I want to encourage you, because I'm encouraging myself, to continue to press, to push into what God created you to do, to become, like the whole butterfly example of where you are, in this cocoon, and you emerge and you're a beautiful butterfly. So now I believe this is a season where we're kind of in a cocoon. If you chose to be in there, meaning you chose to say, okay, I got to reassess, I got to rethink. Everything has shifted. Everything has been flipped. So now we have been in this cocoon saying, how are we going to emerge? What is it going to look like? We're wondering, because some of the pieces we don't know. It's like I say, okay, God, what do we do now? In the middle of all the things that are occurring, what do we do now? So I just wanted to kind of bring that out, that we, the bakers, are truly wanting to truly become who we were created to be, and we're again encouraging you to really let that be a top focus, because it is for us. And so I wanted to share that, to focus on who you really are. Who are you? Is the real question. Who are you? So we'll probably, more than likely, without question, do another follow-up on this, because I just wanted to share this, because it was on my heart. Who are you? And how are you going to contribute to this thing we call our nation, our society, especially now? What are you going to contribute that's going to make things better? Okay? So remember to check out our website, enrichmymarriage.com. You'll see our purpose, our goal, who we are, why we endeavor to want to help couples to learn how to enrich their marriage in many areas. It's not just, your marriage enriching, we talk about, has to do with when you discover who you are, really operating in it. That alone helps enrich your marriage, because if you're working together on a particular thing or things, that helps to enrich your marriage. That helps to solidify your marriage when you're operating in purpose. So again, check out our website, enrichmymarriage.com. You'll see some of the things that we're doing. Check us out around town on some of the different social media sites, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram. And if you're Facebook friends, you'll see some of the things we're doing, okay? And we'll be talking to you soon. So this is, again, Charlotte, part of the team Baker, with another Enriching Your Marriage podcast. And I'll be talking to you soon.